Hi, welcome on how to write an open source Office in Java in 30 days. And today we're going to see the full screen presentation, and this is day 10. So not only we're going to see the full screen presentation, but we're also going to add style to the cell editor in the spreadsheet software. We're also going to be able then to add and remove sheets in the spreadsheet. And then we're going to add a toolbar to it also. So first, full screen presentation. So if you have a presentation software, you need to launch it in full screen mode. It's not only putting the image the presentation full screen, but you also have to scale your presentation to the size of the screen, and you also have to handle events so that you can go, for example, to the next slide or to the previous slide. So first, let's get the screen that you want to display. So if you have multiple screen, you have methods to get the correct screen. For example, by default, if it's not specified, it will take always the second screen, and you can maybe later change the screen. So it's just a JFrame. So it's a G-frame, and G-frame you need to set it undecorated, and then you can put it full screen with it. Then you need also to do scaling. So with scaling, we have already a slide component that extends a J component, and here you have to know the scale of it. So compared to the slide size, you have to compare the screen size with the slide size. Then you've got a scale, how much you should scale. Just use one number because you don't want to scale, you want to keep the ratio, and then you need to apply it. Then when you're drawing, for example, a shape, or you're drawing an image, and so on. And also when you're rendering the text, so you use the font size multiplied by the scale. Then you need to handle events, and events are not that easy to handle when you're in full screen mode. So what we did is we use the glass pane. So if you have a JFrame, it has different pane on it, like a layer pane and so on. And you have a glass pane, which is invisible in front of it. And you kind of need to make it like visible, even though it's still transparent. And then you can handle events on it by adding like mouse listener and key listener. Then if you want to handle like keys, like for example next and back, then use a key pressed. You also have key type, but if you use key type, you always have a key code of 0 received. So use key press for it, and then just with a switch case, you can easily handle actions with it. And here is the result, presentation in full screen mode. Now let's also apply some styling in our cell editor in the spreadsheet. So you have the cell renderer, which is a JLabel, and then you have the cell editor, which is the JText field. So what I've done is I split the renderer into two methods that are more specific to the JLabel, and methods that are commands from JLabel and JText field. So that are the method basically on a J component. And here we have, now we apply to our JText field all the methods that we can for the styling. So you see that if you have a bigger font, then it will use this font to render even in edit mode. Here, for example, I was changing some text in italic. Then what I've also done, I've rearranged the margin of the cell, because otherwise the margin was a bit too short from top. So I'm just adding like, I think, 2 pixels on top and below the cell. Now, also in the spreadsheet, we need to add and remove sheets. So it's just, to do it, you just add 2 methods to your spreadsheet. One is to insert a sheet. So to do it, just insert it in the model, and so insert it in the JTape pane. To remove it, just also remove it from the model and remove it from the JTape pane. So remove is you just need to call the method to remove the current sheet. And to add a new sheet, you also need the name for this new page. So we just use the notify descriptor with a dialog displayer that's from the NetBeans API. It's a bit equivalent to the J option pane, if you know a bit swing. Then we can ask the name of the page of the new sheet to add to the spreadsheet, and then we just call insert sheet method. So here we have a dialog coming up where you can enter the name of the new page. And once it's done, here we have now inserted a sheet in the spreadsheet. Now also another thing, so we've been asked to create toolbars, so I've also added like a create toolbar that you need to look in the layer XML file for the actions that are listed on the specific directory. Here, for example, it's Office spreadsheet toolbar, so it will be the toolbar for the spreadsheet component. Then you had all the actions listed there. So even if a plugin, for example, add action, it will be also listed in the toolbar. And then you just return this toolbar that is added to the component. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed this video, and then you'll watch all the other videos. Thank you. Bye.